Cash Daddies, Cash Daddies, Cash Daddies, Cash Daddies,
Cash Daddies is for entertainment purposes only. You'd be an idiot to listen to anything these degenerates say. Invest at your own risk, do research, but seriously don't listen to these ass clowns. Now enjoy Cash Daddies.
All right, we're live. We got the whole gang here. Bang, bang. Hanging and banging with the boys. Hanging and banging with the boys. Hanging and banging. Yeah, what's up? Guys, welcome to another Cash Daddies. We're banking fatties. We're in it to win it with the boys. With the boys. Join me as always. He's going to see the Yankee game today. Howie, Dewey.
Yeah, what's going on, people?
And then, of course, live from North Carolina, where he's just working on the farm, putting in the work. Jay, nice. Johnny Woodard. How are you guys?
Good. Johnny, you're down on the farm?
Yeah, down on the farm.
What time did you get up to do chores this morning?
Oh boy, what would you say? Was it before or after noon? I'm trying to remember. Probably around noon, I would say today. Probably.
That's
Maybe
pretty late, man. Guys I went to school with on those dairy farms, man, they were up at 4:30 in the morning.
No, I never bought into that. Howie.
Johnny never bought into that.
Never bought into the farming ethics.
It's turned cool here anyway, so you don't have to worry about beating the heat or anything. It's starting to cool down. Smooth.
So you're getting ready to go to Yankee game?
Yeah. Big game. We can go up 2-0 tonight. We got Cole pitching. Things are looking pretty solid, not gonna lie.
They're gonna win for sure.
I
Johnny,
think Aaron Judge finally goes off.
Do you think they win?
I would like for them to win it all because the alternative is the Mets or the Dodgers winning. Now, I would rather the Mets, unbelievably, and I hate the Mets. I'd rather the Mets. I didn't know how I would feel at this point, but I would rather the Mets beat the Dodgers.
Just rude.
I just can't. After all the Ohtani just throwing his best friend's life away, and then all the money they've spent and it's spent in a really sneaky way to avoid any of the penalties associated with the luxury threshold or whatever for baseball. I don't think have a different name for it. By deferring all the money so that we're gonna pay him. We're just gonna pay him over 20 years. That's not how
I disagree with that one, and I understand why you're saying
they're paying two guys like that. The guys that make the most on the team, Freddie and Shohei, are both getting deferred money. Hate it.
Yeah.
It's bad for baseball.
The Mets have the highest payroll, though.
Yeah, but I mean, you know why that's because Cohen got caught chasing wins 2 years ago, and then
they have the highest payroll because Otani's contract doesn't come
right. Exactly.
He's only got $2 million on the books.
And Freeman's got deferred money.
Oh, really? Yeah, they gotta get rid of that, dude. They gotta get rid of that, dude. They have to. It's absolutely ridiculous. Anyways, guys, how's your week?
We're in the pits, man. We're fighting. It's been an interesting week as far as at least last week, as far as the market's slowly creeping up. I mean, the dollar's just insanely strong right now, mostly because the Don came out and said he's going to be just tossing tariffs left and right if he gets elected. So
is that good or bad?
The dollar is strong.
But is it good or bad that he's going to throw tariffs all over the place?
I don't like it. I
don't know, man. I mean, Johnny, what's your thoughts on tariffs? I think it levels the playing field.
I'm not a big fan of any government interference in business.
No.
There are other ways to encourage businesses to keep things in America. That's like the nuclear option. That was unthinkable for years until he was like, yeah, let's do it. So yeah. I have that feeling of wanting to protect American jobs and bring them back, but there are other ways to incentivize that. And yeah, I don't know. Do we want to get in a trade war with China? the person who holds all the notes on the money
You
we
can't.
owe.
You can't.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, so I don't know.
I mean, you know, you can say what you want, but it's you know, China, that's a symbiotic relationship. I mean, China owns us. I mean, we can't do anything without them. And vice versa, same thing. I mean, if we shut them down, they have nothing to sell. So, but you know, it is what it is. But tariffs have never really proven effective. I don't believe they have. You know, I mean,
No, yeah, historically.
yeah.
I mean,
So,
it was from they're almost from a different era of economics. I mean, if you think
Yeah.
about it, especially for you know, a capitalist democracy like we have.
But
Yeah,
isn't the point of a tariff is to make it so that it's like almost an equal playing field between making goods here and making goods in like a third world country?
I mean, you could say that, but you know, you can't compete with what the cost is for other countries to make goods versus us. I mean, we had a little thing called automobiles that we used to make up in Detroit a while ago. You know, typewriters, whatever. Remember Smith Corona in Cortland, Sam? That worked
Yeah.
out well.
Yeah, for sure.
Employed half
Yeah.
the town, and then where'd
Yeah.
they go? Mexico.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
You know, you just it's I don't know. It's so damn complicated. You can't pay an assembly worker $50 an hour. You can't. But on the other hand, you're going to send all these jobs to Mexico or overseas where they're what are they paying those guys? $3, $4? What a day? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's a
crazy.
mess.
Speaking
Yeah.
of jobs going everywhere, Elon Musk now has brought out his automated, is it fully automated truck, Johnny?
It's where you got a couple of products that were released. It's the cyber taxi, cyber cab. He called it a few different things. It is it has no steering wheel, which I don't like that. They're planning on selling this also. I mean, I think it's mostly going to be a fleet vehicle because it's very light. And the battery's not large. It's only a 200-mile range, so it's meant to be operated in cities. It's again what you're talking about, Sam, 10-minute cities or 15-minute cities. But it's not ready yet. You know what I mean? This thing, he's like with a twinkle in his eye, like, you know, I'm known for overshooting, but I think it will be ready before 2027. It won't be because the regulations, none of this is legal right now. Without a steering wheel, I mean, are you crazy? They can't even cars here. Some of the best designed cars out of Asia don't have side mirrors. They have cameras instead, and they look beautiful. But
Yeah.
none of them will have that here. Like the new Hyundai Ioniq 6 in Europe, it doesn't have side mirrors. But because it's been so hard to get the regulations changed in the United States, none of them have it here. Think about it. If you can't get side view mirrors knocked off a car, what are you going to do to get a steering wheel taken off a car?
Dude, that is not a
regular
car with
it
no
is.
steering wheel. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and one of the questions that is kind of the most uncomfortable for Tesla's people is, hey, what happens if there's an emergency and the person in the car sees that they need to do, you know, manual override somehow, and they're like, well, they hem and haw at that, and they're
Yeah.
like, well, there will be ways to do that, you know, in the settings, but ideally, you know, you will never need to do that. I don't. Gosh, if you want to, it's a car that kind of looks like the Cybertruck. It's a little bit more aerodynamic. It's not all those harsh angles, and it again doesn't have a steering wheel. It's only, if I'm not mistaken, in this early iteration, you can only seat 2 people in it, which doesn't make much sense. He also introduced a much more speculative product, this Robovan, he called it, which is like a public transit version of this, which fits it's almost like a party van. And his idea is that, hey, in a world where everybody is in an automated vehicle, there's no traffic because all the cars are going exactly 70 or even faster than that potentially. But this intermediate period when we're building up to that, if that is going to be the future, is going to be hell. eventually, I think they'll have it like a bus lane or something for people in automated vehicles, and then they can kind of tear ass like in the HVAC lane. I mean HVAC in the HOV lane. But yeah, I mean that's to me that's not even the scariest thing that he introduced. We can get to that in a second. But Sam also it at the very end. I don't know if you saw at the very end. He showed what this world would be like with all of the automated vehicles, and it looked very similar to a 15-minute city. There's no parking lots anywhere. He showed all these trees where parking lots used to be. And I'm like, oh, okay, so nobody has a steering wheel, basically.
Yeah. Where's the section of town where everybody's on drugs because they have no jobs and they've given up? Where's that section? Is that in his 15-minute thing at the end? And this is where everyone all the men who gave up because they have no chance of ever making money. This is where they're just all ODing on fentanyl.
Yeah, I mean, and they've already they already have a cyber 18-wheeler truck. I can't remember what they call the damn thing. And that'll be automated eventually too. And so that means all the trucking jobs will be gone unless it'll be like Mad Max, where if you need somebody you really trust to get something delivered, it'll be like the last human truck drivers. Get it delivered fast. But other than that, yeah, all those jobs will be gone.
Dude, I'm telling you guys, we are entering our children of men phase. We're about to enter our children of men phase. War everywhere. Over militarization, and nobody's having kids. Nobody's having kids.
I don't know. I disagree. I think there was much more war in the 70s. More war in the 70s, probably even the 80s. I mean, the shit that went on in Bosnia, those places back then. I mean, North Africa. There's, right now you got Russia fighting with Ukraine and Israel, which has gone on that hasn't changed in 60, 70, 80 years. So I don't know. I think it seems like there's less. There's more if you read the internet every day. Which back then you just had newspapers. So it was like,
No, I mean, remember what a big deal it was that they started bringing back footage from Vietnam? I mean, the first time Americans ever saw that in real time, footage from the war.
But I remember a kid growing up in Beirut. Shit, there was bombs going off every single day. I mean, for like decades, it seemed.
You grew up in Beirut?
Well, during that time.
What was it like, Howie, in Cortland, Beirut? What was that like?
I don't know, but there was a family from Cortland, man. What was their name? They were from Beirut. Oh God, what was he? He was a great dude. I used to play hoops with him. Good lacrosse player too. Toughest bastards. This whole family. The father was a professor, and the two kids were just mutants. They were like 6'4", just knocked the shit out of you. One of them went to Hamilton, played lacrosse. I can't remember, but they were Catholics.
Yeah, the Bretts.
Yeah.
There were three brothers. There were three brothers.
They were mutants.
One of the most beautiful girls in my high school was from Lebanon. She was a Christian from Lebanon.
To be a Catholic in Beirut, you got to be tough.
The good thing about this is, though, if there is anything good to come out of this, is that remember in the 80s, like Beirut was a punchline to every comedian, like, oh, what is this, Beirut, and now we can bring it back, baby. Let's bring it back. There was bombs going off there every 5 minutes, man. It was like, buses getting bombed. Beirut, I mean, it was a metaphor. Yeah, it was in every movie, Beirut, the punchline, and now we're bringing it back.
So, I don't think, look, you got whatever's going, that is shit with Israel. That's going to go on for another 200 years. I mean, it is.
I don't know, man. I've been listening to some crazy ass shit about the future of Israel. It's really crazy. It's really crazy.
Yeah, but it's been crazy for 1,000 years.
They ain't losing.
Yeah.
Never.
No, not when we send, look, the bottom line, I don't care who gets elected, Harris, Trump, it doesn't matter. They're going to send whatever the hell Israel needs, because that's what presidents have been doing since the beginning of time. It's just what it is. Jimmy Carter got shit on, pissed on by everybody because he said it was ridiculous. He said, we don't need to send them any more weapons, nothing. And what happened to him? He went down as kind of like
as the nicest guy to ever be president. They got totally abused.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Because he didn't want to support Israel. So there you go. He called it apartheid back in the day.
Do you want to talk about the second part of the Elon thing? Is that Can we
Yeah,
talk
let's
about
get into
Yeah,
that.
go ahead because it was
We talked
interesting,
about-
Johnny. They had the big meeting, and then the stock just tanked the next day.
Yeah,
Took a
yeah.
beat.
Well, that's the third part, I guess. But the second part of it is all right. Elon especially have been talking about how AI is dangerous. AI, a future. He's even saying now it's like 80% chance that it's a good future, but 20. That's a real 1 in 5 that it's like dystopian Terminator future. And he's going to be the one to put the AI in the bodies of Terminators. He announced at this same event his hell, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like iRobot. I mean, it looks like iRobot, and I think it's modeled after that probably. And then he's putting artificial general intelligence inside of a robotic body. He had it there serving drinks. Now they did do this trick where they had almost like a Disney trick. You know how they have or like at the Magic Castle, they have that piano that'll play for you. And really it's just somebody on the other end listening to your request. And then, they make it play the song. He had someone on listening and then their voice coming through the robot. So, it could take requests in real time and say, oh, hey, Veronica, nice to meet you. But eventually that will be, low latency in real time. AI is not that quick yet because it's all networked. But once it's doing it all on the device, and I'm calling it the device, but he's talking about it raising your children. In the videos, you see it like giving lunch bags out to the kids, and he's talking about it teaching your kids. You want to do homeschooling, but you don't have the time. Hey, let the robot handle it.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
I've come to a conclusion with Elon Musk. I think he's a genius. I think, ingenuity wise, engineering, creating things. I think he's unbelievable. And the problem with him is he never could stick with that. He's one of those guys that, if we're hanging out at a party or we're watching a game, everything's going good, and then he says 2 sentences and you just got to bitch slap him right in the forehead. And look, you're one of those guys, speak when spoken to, because the pure ass coming out of your mouth. You can't listen to this guy. Everything he says is hypocritical. He says one thing 1 second, another thing the next. You look at Twitter, those guys that sold him Twitter, how happy are they?
Hold on. I'm just
that?
going to say right now, I think Twitter is great. I
Yeah.
love Twitter.
Yeah,
And
me too.
It's great for us. It's just not
It's good
great
for us.
Yeah.
He lost billions.
I think it's once they figure out the video component and they're getting better at it, I think they got a way better chance. It is the best interactive social media. I mean, YouTube sucks
But
compared
they've
to
lost
Twitter.
so much. Twitter's just, I read a stat the other day, Johnny, Sam, where they say from the time he bought it, the valuation has just dropped billions.
Yeah.
And
they remember he fought like hell to renegotiate the price because he agreed to that silly price in that moment of what would you say, like heightened passions in the very beginning when he was like, I'm buying this damn thing.
Yeah.
And then they were like, all right, here's the price. And he's like, later he's realized, I think, like sobered up and was like, wait a minute, hold on, this price doesn't make any sense because half the users are bots. And he got screwed on the price. Yeah.
The guys he sold it to him, man, they must have thrown a party after he signed that deal. Once that money was in the bank, they must have been like, let's go, fellas. We're gonna start in Vegas. We're gonna do a world tour. It's gonna be it's yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm loving it, and I see more and more people coming on it, and I think
it's losing billions. I think it's great.
Dude, YouTube, people leaving it left and right. They're constantly not hitting their numbers and all that stuff. Facebook, same thing.
Facebook,
dude, who's on Facebook in America?
Must be billions of people, Sam.
Adults, my family and stuff are all.
Grandmas and grandpas.
There's no comparison. All you got to do is if you bought Meta, not 10 years ago, not 5 years ago, if you bought it, I don't know, in January.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, dude. Facebook is just. I go to see it for my friends, see my family, see people I went to school with. That's it.
But that company actually is the most profitable company probably in 25 years. I mean, maybe Nvidia. Facebook stock was $100 a share in November of 2022. Not even 2 years ago. It was $100. It's at 584. That's not buying calls. That's just the stock price. It's gone up 500%. I mean, I don't know. If there's anything that's probably got to be the leading stock the last 5-10 years is Meta. You can say what you want, but that company makes money. That is a profit.
I mean, it's almost like the alternate reality Tesla. I mean, because he's also on the cutting edge of various technologies, but he's actually failed in most of them. But somehow like think about it. VR is not there yet. It's kind of like the autonomous driving for Facebook. And I mean, he just introduced those glasses, which those aren't even a product yet, really. It's like more like a prototype that they've made a few thousand of. It sounds like.
Is it me, Johnny, or does it seem like, okay, it's Investor Day, Elon's going to talk about the new Robotaxi, let's get on board, this is going to be so hyped, this is going to be amazing. He comes out on stage, gets everyone jacked up, and then he says, well, so the actual date of April 7th of next year where it's supposed to be done, look, it was a good date to start with, but we're going to have to roll it back 3.5 years.
Well, he never even says that. He just kind of plows on. It's like, update the website, with the new date.
There's always an issue.
Let's not. We're talking about Tesla here, though, but let's not forget he has succeeded, incredibly well with SpaceX. If you,
I mean, listen, I can't disagree with that. He is crushing that. I mean, I mean, it is subsidized, whatever, but it doesn't matter.
I mean, that's recognizing the opportunity, knowing you're going to get government money from.
No, he's the leader in that. I mean, nobody compares to what he's done with SpaceX. I think the guy's, like I said, great innovator, genius. Business wise, he probably needs a little help.
What has Facebook done though, other than
and gay? It's gay. Space is fake and gay.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I was skeptical first of the rocket landing, but there's just too many people saying they videoing it that they saw it from distances away. It's that happened. I have no.
I was skeptical too. I got my dick kicked in. I'm taking my medicine.
Yeah, I have zero doubt that that's real. But Howie? What is Facebook? What has Meta done other than Facebook that's been a success? Really, I mean the Meta
is Facebook.
I don't even think they've made right, but I'm saying what other than Facebook makes them money? That's it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's not exactly like he's a product innovator or anything. I think the Quest is a great product, the Quest 3, and the Quest Pro is kind of a piece of shit.
I think you're right, Johnny. I don't like Elon Musk is an innovator. He is. I mean, that guy, sharp dude, comes up with some amazing technology. Zuckerberg, not really. I think he steals most of the shit. I mean,
so does Elon Musk to a point.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of these guys do. But you pull up a 2-year chart on Meta, Johnny, and that's something that I've never really seen. It's
also an extension of the U.S. government, so it's like a big part of that, dude. It's a data mining business for the U.S. government. That's why. But let's get back into robots. Let's get back into the robot. Are you guys excited about having your own robot? Right now, they're $30,000.
You can buy a robot for 30 grand.
You can get your own robot for 30 G's.
Well, until they can give me a hand job, I'm not really interested.
Are they for sale right now?
That's why I thought I heard that they were $30,000.
No. Musk plans to begin limited production of the Optimus robot in 2025 for the company's internal use. Optimus should then be available. Become available to sell to other companies by 2026. So and they're probably not going to hit that. No, that's not. It's not out yet. He said though, what he said was, you're right. He said the price point was like 20 to 30, I think. Like a car. He said it would be like the price of a car. So, and everybody's gonna want one. I know. I will say, my mom saw it and was like, "Oh wow, I would love to have one of those."
What does the robot do? Will it like
But
What does it
everybody,
do?
our parents would love it. I mean, my family hates technology. My grandma thought the answer message was the devil. So my family's, I could get my mother a time machine and I would come back for Christmas and it would be in the closet still in its box. They don't use anything. My family doesn't use anything.
What does it do, Howie? I
Yeah.
mean, what doesn't it? In the
What doesn't it do?
yeah, in the
That's the
video, I mean,
question.
it's literally like I wrote, one of these household robot servants, basically. I mean, they have it cooking food, helping the kids with their homework. It does anything around the house. I just
Yeah.
can't imagine. Like, imagine that thing just walking around while you're asleep in your house. Just
No,
doing
man.
stuff.
When do you feel comfortable leaving the robot with your 9-year-old child? No.
Never. Grandma,
man.
go have a good time.
Yeah, maybe.
Go have a good time.
Unless she's liquored up. But no, yeah, that's crazy. I mean, the stuff now, I can't even fathom that. Like, so you can have a house somewhere 3-4 hours away, and from your phone you can mop the house, you can vacuum the house. I mean, that's what Hots does.
Yeah, we have one of those. Yeah.
She literally, I was in the house 4 hours north the other day, and all of a sudden the light came on in the bathroom. It freaked me out a little bit. I was like, the light's on here. I just turned it on.
Yeah, she can watch you too while she's away. You better watch out.
Totally.
Howie.
It's everything. And hear you.
Yeah, those things will.
Everything. I mean, everything. I walk in, you're being watched, you're being heard. You got one little circular thing that vacuums the whole house, and then it goes right back to its spot. Then you got another little thing that mops the floors, then it goes back to its spot. It's insane. I mean, to me, that's I can't fathom that shit that's going on right now.
Here's the little demo video. Can you guys see this? I'll show you the. Here it is. You notice they have these guys like walling them off so nobody can touch them. But look, it's getting the mail for you, watering the plants in the background while you're playing. It's the idea is it's freeing you up.
Oh,
and now
I
they
don't
have
want
to playing with you.
I don't
No,
want one of those.
here's the problem with all this. Okay. Here's the problem. All this does is make you have more time to do more work. That's all I've noticed. Like now, because of our phones, we're working more than ever. It used to be when our dads, Howie, would go to work a 9 to 5, come home, done. Now it's work 9 to 5, come home, work more, get on your phone, tweet this, tweet that, do a podcast. It never stops. And now with a robot doing everything, that's just going to give you more time. They have to work more. That's all it is. It never, ever makes life easier. It always makes life more busy.
If you can afford it. Yeah. I mean, this will be a situation. This will definitely be another way to stratify between the haves and the have-nots in this country. The people who can afford it.
Listen, I will always go with the old school robot, and those are Mexicans. Okay. I will always go with Mexicans over robots anytime.
Yeah. And you can pay them.
Absolutely. And this will, hey, we're not far from a future where we're going to have to think about regulations for these things. Like, is it legal to put a human-like face on one of these robots? Is it legal to make one that's indistinguishable from a human? Like,
the Japanese are already working on that with bang robots where you can bang them. And it's okay, we have a robot at home that you could bang and it cooks and cleans. What is that going to do to male and female relationships?
They have robots that you can bang now?
Oh, the Japanese are working on it, dude.
Think about that, though. I mean, we're a generation away from those being very, very important questions. I mean, we're not even a decade away from remember that movie Her that seemed like such a science fiction kind of stretch just a few years ago where he fell in love with his computer, Scarlett Johansson's voice.
Yeah.
I mean, there are reports of women in Japan dating ChatGPT or, these AI bots that have been created based on
Nobody
ChatGPT.
wants to bang Asian chicks. I don't know what it is, dude. Nobody.
Yeah, me either. They're lovely.
I don't
do
get
in New
it,
York. They
dude.
do in New
It's
York.
like every Asian country is having a population problem. I'll get it.
And there are plenty of guys. There are too many guys. especially
Well,
like China, but they're
I
just
think
not.
the United States is having one too. All these new kids. I mean, my sons, they're like, "No, I'm not having kids. Hell no.
Listen, dude,
Too much
it's
work."
going to be the haves and the have-nots, and the haves will have the money to buy Robot, and that's why I want to tell you about our good friend James McMahon. Copy My Crypto. Copy My Crypto, guys. Has it pissed you off to watch crypto fly up in price over a decade, and you still have done nothing about it? It makes sense. Crypto is complicated and it's really boring. Well, there's good news. You don't need to know a thing about crypto to make money like so many have. The copymycrypto.com membership site shows you the exact cryptos that YouTuber James McMahon personally owns, which means you just have to copy him. It's like having a big brother who knows exactly what he's doing. You don't need to know a thing about crypto or how to invest, as you simply copy along. So let me tell you about our good friends James McMahon. Okay, he runs the Crypto with James YouTube channel, which has over 54,000 subscribers. In the summer of 2020, he told his viewers to buy 26 cryptos. Had you put $100 into each one, it went on to be worth well over $123,000. Of the 26 cryptos, his top pick that he singled out, called Phantom, went up 692 times from when he said to buy it. That call alone has retired a number of people, including guys in their 20s and 30s. Remember, this is public knowledge. You can go on YouTube and verify this for yourself. Okay, so if you'd like to join the 2,800 members who copy James, then pause what you're doing and head over to copymycrypto.com/Sam. That's copymycrypto.com/Sam. That's SAM. You'll not only find proof of everything I've said, but my viewers will get full access for just $1. Yeah, you've missed out on Bitcoin, but there's over 2 million other cryptos. Do you really think you've missed out on all of them? Guys, don't waste time. Don't waste any more time. Go to the site and read it. Once again, that's copymycrypto.com/Sam. It ended money worries for so many. It just may do the same for you. And we thank our good friend James McMahon, Copy My Crypto, for sponsoring the Copy My Crypto studios that we are in right now. Loving me, loving you. Okay, that's how we do it. Bang. Thank you.
Nice one, Sam.
Thank you,
A couple.
buddy.
It was a hard week for, let's say, what would you say? Legacy names in retail. True Value, Bankrupt. They are selling assets to keep their doors open to Do It Best. Have you ever guys ever heard of Do It Best?
I have.
I have not. Okay, is that might be a New England kind of thing, a Northeastern kind of thing? Because I have I've not heard of that. Chapter 11 bankruptcy. True Value. I mean, think about the local hardware store. The True Value was the big box store that put local hardware stores like I grew up with, where the old men used to hang out and bullshit all day, out of business. And now they're being put out of business by Home Depot. Basically, even Lowe's is in trouble. So, and I think eventually they'll all get swallowed up by Walmart, because Walmart is selling more and more.
It's just going to come down to Amazon and Walmart. That's it.
Yeah, Amazon and Walmart. Yeah.
We're all screwed.
Ace is doing well. Ace Hardware is doing well.
Yeah, and that's interesting. We'll come back to that. Well, why do you think that is? I got two other troubled businesses to talk about, but go ahead.
I think the Ace is just quality. You go in there, they have everything. It's just a quality place. I like it probably versus everything.
Better management than picking their markets better, you think?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Because that's picking markets. It's a huge part of that whole business.
Oh, yeah.
So Walgreens is closing 1,200 stores over the next 3 years.
My God. Is that from Prime?
The stock went through the roof, though. It went up.
That's how he's always saying, anytime there's news, they always
bounce back.
And then TJI Fridays is they're planning to close some locations around the country too. But the more interesting part about this to me is that Chili's, on the other hand, has had like a renaissance, apparently, thanks to TikTokers. They managed to get their food in the hands of TikTokers and Instagram streamers. I think it's their cheese stick started it all. There was like a bunch of viral videos of TikTok girls eating these cheesy strings of mozzarella, and it got people going back to Chili's, and then they kind of revamped their menu, made it smaller, easier for the local restaurants to cook well, and they're soaring now. Apparently, I saw a big special on it a couple of weeks ago on one of the business shows. But and then TGI Applebee's, I don't think they're doing well either. Thought that was interesting.
What kind of world do we live in where Applebee's isn't doing well?
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's where that used to be. I know, dude. When I was growing up, that was like we had a place like Applebee's. It was called Quincy's. Do you guys remember Quincy's growing? Did you have that up in the Northeast?
No, we didn't have Quincy's.
Yeah, and that was the only sit down restaurant within 30 minutes of my house. I mean, that was the only place we could go to eat a half decent meal, that wasn't cooked by somebody, somebody in the family. And now all those places are gone. I mean, there's not one of those places in my hometown now. So it's devastating.
It is. I mean, it's just sad. My youth is going away. It's just sad.
Yeah, I mean, your youth.
I have no problem if Applebee's or TGI Fried. I mean, I'd rather go to a mom and pop place.
There aren't any of those. I mean, I would too, but those are all gone. I mean, those were gone before that even. I never even saw the mom and pop places in my hometown.
It sucks, dude. They even got rid of Frank and Mary's in Cortland.
I can't believe that. That one hurt.
I'm like
that
devastated, dude.
Yeah,
I'm devastated.
What kind of place was that?
That was a place, Johnny, you would go in at 3:30 in the morning.
And a guy with one arm would make you scrambled eggs.
Yeah, and the guy that made the eggs in the back was like 6'2", 350, and he had a rug on his arms. Like you couldn't see his arms, it was just hair. And he would just sit there and make you eggs. And they didn't really use cooking oil because this guy sweat so much.
Oh.
Literally the sweat from his forehead, you would just hear it. And yeah, that's what the eggs that you would get 3:34 in the morning, man. It's right next to the old Gable Inn, where the lighting was poor and the service was worse.
Oh, so bad, dude. It was so bad. And they got rid of it. It makes me sad.
I know.
That was so bad. No, so sad.
Johnny, shut up.
I mean,
okay. You want you don't even know what we're talking about.
No,
you're like mocking our sadness.
No, I'm saying you spent 2 minutes talking about how bad it was, and now you're like, but it's so sad.
No, but it was like that thing that was bad, but you did it because it was legendary.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, oh, this is so bad. I love it.
You only had like 3 things you could order. You could order eggs, bacon, toast, and pancakes. That was about it.
Their hot roast beef sandwich was fire, bro. It was fire.
I had a friend.
How dare you mock an American icon?
That's sweating into all the food.
Shut up, Johnny.
So they had these red vinyl booths, Johnny, all the way to the back. And we had a friend one night that passed out in the booth. They locked the place up, came back. They only locked this place for only closed it down for like an hour or so. Locked it, came back, and this dude was still sleeping there. Just fell asleep in the place. Yeah. Frank and Mary's, legendary.
Frank
really
and
was.
Mary's, dude. It's just crazy. A cultural icon, gone, but not forgotten.
And Applebee's was got huge because they would open up in your small town and they would somehow get all high school pictures of, sports teams, whatever, and they would put them all over the Applebee's to kind of give it that hometown feel, even though it wasn't.
Yep. So crazy.
Yesterday yesterday and the day before we had great news about chip makers. Nvidia was hitting all-time highs. Yeah. But now today they had a pullback because there is some talk about there being a US chip export cap, which I don't why would they do that, Howie?
Why would they do that, Johnny? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard that. I mean, I thought personally the stock was down because ASML came out with poor earnings.
Yeah, but Bloomberg is blaming it on this report that the Biden administration is considering capping U.S. chip exports to certain countries, citing Bloomberg citing unnamed sources reported that potential regulations would focus on Persian Gulf countries in the interest of national security.
Yeah, that's bullshit. I mean, come on. I mean, now you're getting in. That's kind of like the whole tariff thing. It's like, don't let governments get involved. Just don't. They're going to screw things up. They always have. They always will. No, it's stupid. I agree.
And then we've talked in the past about, I just thought this is something I like to follow. Remember that guy who lost a hard drive or threw away a hard drive containing like 8,000 Bitcoin in a landfill? He's now suing the city council for not excavating the landfill for him to get his 8,000 Bitcoin out.
Oh my
This
God.
guy's just trying to get that money somehow, dude. He's like, oh, I was so close to being the richest man in the planet.
He's got to lose
the odds on this. It's never going to happen.
But it's a certain. But when you're talking about, I think it's like $500 million. At some point, it's got to, like, the odds of you finding it versus the reward, the risk versus reward, has got to balance, and that's pretty close to you spending a lifetime looking for it being worth it if you find it. You know what I mean? Like, give a finder's fee, give $250, give I don't know, give $400 million to somebody for and then you just keep 100 million. I mean, to whoever finds it. Like, you just get people out there digging around.
Yeah.
You know who could help them? Elon Musk robots.
Yeah. Let's get out there and dig. You imagine the Xanax that guy takes on a nightly basis. I mean, that's a rough one.
Oh,
So,
man,
dude, we're like what, 3 weeks out now, 2 weeks out from the election.
Oh, thank God. Get it over with.
Oh,
aren't you ready to get it over with? Like,
I am.
Yes, please. I'm so
I
tired.
am. And so now the new thing is Kamala Harris is just throwing Hail Mary passes at this point to get anybody to be interested in her new thing is Kamala Harris Opportunity Agenda for Black Men will provide 1 million fully forgivable loans to Black entrepreneurs and others to start grow a business in the community, dude. Dude, I was like, dude,
I'm looking forward to that.
I identify as Black as fuck right now. That's how I identify.
Well, I am
I'm part more.
Hey, there you go. That's it.
A lot of people in my community felt that my biological father was Black.
Oh, I get it, because you think you're hung like a horse.
Oh, I just
is that why you're saying that?
No, just the amount of child support I've had to pay over the years. I mean, that hasn't helped. That 6 months that I did in jail, that wasn't good either. But yeah, a lot of people feel that way.
Oh, okay. Then you are blacker than I know.
I'm right up there.
Congratulations, dude.
What about Trump Media Technology? Look at that stock today, Johnny. DGT. What happened there?
Let me see. Oh, what are we looking at? Oh, is that down 12, almost 13% to 26? Oh,
yeah.
Why? Let's see. Trump's, it's funny. CBS did a story yesterday. Trump's DJT stock is surging as election approaches, and then today it was down huge. Oh wow, did they halt trading? Let's see.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah, they
down
sure
so
did.
much.
Trading in Trump media shares were briefly halted due to volatility after the Trump social owners' stock suddenly plunged in price. The stock, which had been up more than 13% earlier in the afternoon, had abruptly turned more than 6%. What do you think? That just people taking profits, realizing that it's not worth a damn thing?
Yeah, it's a meme stock. Yeah, absolutely. It's a GME. You know, most guys I talk to say it's $5-10 stock. But yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah, funny.
I think that's what it was. But
I'm sure they were thrilled at the trading being halted when they were trying to take their profits.
I'll tell you, there's a lot of money coming in on this election, and I think it'll pick up. But you know, I sent Johnny and you guys the thing right now. Trump is a minus 125 favorite. Harris is plus 138. It's still very close in the betting.
It's not close. I don't give a fuck, bro.
It's very close, Sam.
Dude,
it's very close.
There is nothing she is. Okay, I don't care.
Don't talk about it, because it just goes nowhere positive.
Well, I'm just mathematically, it's as close. It's very
not close.
Mathematically.
Yeah, electoral college, it will be close.
Yeah, Sam doesn't understand that whole electoral thing.
Okay. All right.
And I mean, you always base it on the crowds. And I mean, he's had some lighter showings, let's say, recently. I mean, there was that one last week where half the
if this country votes Kamala Harris in, we get everything we deserve. Everything we deserve.
I agree.
And I'm just like, burn it all fucking to the ground.
See, I don't think that happens though.
dude.
Countries,
I don't even want to get into
no
it.
matter
It's
who's.
So you
So
guys,
people-
what
people
has
get-
the last 4 years been a
you
nightmare?
guys have no fucking clue. You
People
have
will
no
get pissed,
clue.
like people will get pissed for 3 to 5 days,
No.
which is the way it works in
You
America.
guys
What
have
are you
no
thinking,
clue.
though, Sam? What do you think? Because I mean,
She's going to be the Kardashians of presidents. Dude, Blinken's going to be running everything like he is now with Joe
that's different
Biden.
than now,
And
though.
this
Yeah.
is the final. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. It's not good.
Right, but what I'm
That's
saying,
what
it's not
I'm
going to be any
saying.
worse. How
I'm
can it
not
be worse?
saying
than
that
now?
Trump is going to be better, but Kamala Harris is literally a fucking fleshlight. She can't put two freaking sentences together. I don't know how she ever won one case. Like, how are you a DA? How are you a attorney and you can't answer simple questions?
I would
And
love to
none
see
of
that.
this is real. None
I'd
of
say
this
that's
is real.
most. I'd say
Howie's
that's
in
most
retard
DAs.
town, New York City, where they refuse to take a look at fucking anything. I'm in retard town too. All these fucking people that were defund the police are all doing comics for Kamala. They're all retards. Just because you're intelligent doesn't mean you're smart. You're a retard. You're all
not-
retards.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
All
All
of
I'm
them.
saying-
Dude, if she gets president, burn it all down. Burn it down. I got my gold. I got my guns. I'm just gonna sit around and just watch the whole fucking thing burn.
I don't
I'm gonna
think
be
it'll
like
be
the
rapid.
end
No,
of fucking
I don't think.
Fight
I don't
Club.
think
It's gonna be a
anything's
slow
gonna
decline.
happen.
It's going to
Nothing.
be a slow decline,
Yes,
like
exactly.
it has been.
Dude.
Nothing-
Okay,
nothing's-
dude.
But why? I
Okay.
mean, the same people who are going to be running the show. They're running it now, and it's
Yeah,
not.
and it's not good.
Yeah, but
it's
it's
not
not. It's not
good.
going to be worse than now, though. I mean,
It's
just
gonna
Yeah.
get even worse.
I think it'll be the same.
Okay.
I mean,
that's
I-
those.
look
Anybody who has gotten a nomination of one of the major parties is not going to be that different from the other. From the other nominee.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
never
it's just
is. It never is.
Yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
people will ooh and ah
I mean,
for.
were things that much better when in 2016 to 2018? Like what? No,
I mean,
20
according to everybody, they were a lot more. Business was better under Trump. Now, what
Yeah,
Howie
but I
goes
mean,
by
if
is
you
Wall
have to
Street.
ask people to
Howie
know
goes
if things are
by
better.
Wall Street. That's what Howie goes by. Wall Street.
No, but
Yeah,
I'm asking you,
cheaper.
your life.
Everything
your
was
life
cheaper.
better?
Everything was cheaper, Johnny. It
Yeah, but
just
it-
was.
I mean, come on, think about the things he did.
What?
See, everything
What?
was that has nothing to do with
What?
it. What do
Like
you mean?
what?
The jab.
Okay, yeah. I'll
He's
give
the
you that.
father of the shot.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, if it doesn't matter whoever the president 4 years from now, everything's going to be cheaper now, and
It's
then
just
8 years from now, everything's going to be
Unbelievable
cheaper
that
now.
everybody will just sit there and accept such a fucking
He ran up the
most
credit card. more than anybody.
unauthentic thing I've ever seen in my life.
No,
it
don't
is
get me wrong. To
so
be clear, if anybody's
unauthentic.
listening, I would take Trump over Kamala, absolutely. But I just don't think it's that big of a difference. Like, I think
It
she
isn't.
sucks. She's terrible. But
No,
just
but look,
good.
the bottom line is what the hell? The president doesn't do a whole hell of a lot. It's a figurehead. It really is. It's
it's a it's a whole charade. You're totally right. This whole election.
It's Congress, man. Congress is what you got to deal with.
It's not.
I mean-
It's the families that we can't talk about on
Yeah.
this. They're the ones that run this show.
Yes, I agree with you there.
And this whole
But we'll
thing-
see. I mean, what's crazy is this.
So
You can tell how truthfully nobody really gives a shit about this election because what's the market? Market doesn't care. Companies don't care. No, nobody really gives a shit.
Okay. Well, guys, we're going to go to the elusive, the exclusive. You know, we like to bang here. We like the bangers bang. And that's how we're going to do it here on Tinfoil Hat. On Cash Daddies at the Patreon. We're going over to the Patreon. You too can join us at the Patreon. We would love to have you there. That's right. The Patreon, where Howie does daily tips on what to invest for $20 a month. You too can be part of the exclusive, the elusive Bangers Bang Club. So we're going to head over there right now. Johnny or Howie, final picks, anything else?
Yeah, I mean, we're going SQQQ. I'm thinking the market drops. We're too high. Things are too high.
QQ.
Yeah.
SQQQ.
Short the
QQ.
NASDAQ.
All right, guys. Anything else, Johnny? Where are you going to be? Got anything else you guys want to promote?
Sam Tripoli's got a special that is
My
out now.
special, you want to help me with helping me with the producing this show? Go to samtripoli.com or go to rumble.com/quiet. Let me see real quick. Just chill, dude.
Hold on, I can't
Rumble.
take it. Won't let me share while you're sharing.
Okay, it's fine. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. Shut your face. Here we go. Final thing.
Do you want me
Here
to do it?
we-
Or are you doing
No,
it?
I'll do it. I'll do it because that's how I rumble. Oh, damn. I did wrong thing. Okay, here we go.
I got it right here if you want me to bring it up.
Here we go. There we go. It should be it right now. Bang. You can see it there on Rumble. Bang, bang, pow.
Nice.
Yes, there you go. Why is everybody getting quiet? Live right now on rumble.com and samtripoli.com. Thank you guys so much. We love you, and we'll see you over there right now at our favorite place, patreon.com/Cash Daddies. Anybody else? Anything?
Hey, if you're sick of politics, you're tired of listening to all sides, go to the Degenerate Gamblers. Just start betting on games, man. That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
We got the World Series coming up. We got NFL is peaking right now. College sports. We got college hoops. Johnny's UNC is about to take court in 2 weeks. Go to the Degenerate Gamblers. Howie, Dewey. We're gonna have a blast. We bet games. That's what we do.
Go check it out. Check out Broken Sim. And yeah, that's it, dude. Anything else, guys? All right, we'll see you there. Ciao.